You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the season finale of Teen Mom OG. I'm so sad, but I'm your host, Mackenzie Fain, and tonight I have with me Mama Lee. So say hi to her. We have a lot to cover tonight. So this is season 7, episode 30, season finale, and it is called Eye to Eye. So, I don't know, I didn't really get that name, did you?
Like why it's called Eye to Eye?
Yeah. Like, did that fit to you?
I don't know. I didn't know.
It didn't to me either, and it usually does.
Maybe a couple of things.
I guess I could have picked something way better than that, I feel like.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have a lot to talk about. For me, this episode was so sad. I cried. I literally wrote down I cried like 4 different times.
Aww.
Like seriously cried. Did you?
No, I think I was just so into it that I forgot to cry, maybe.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Like, oh, wait a minute, I gotta cry.
I literally wrote down, like, times I've cried. Because I was like, this is ridiculous. I guess I'll talk about later. But, like, literally 4 different times.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's jump right in. Because there really is a lot to cover tonight. So, we have, in the beginning, we talk about Nova getting used to the separation when it starts. So, they bring her over to the new house, the Octagon house. She goes horseback riding. Really cute idea. She's feeling Caitlyn's feeling better about the separation. She's saying her therapist, she's been going and it seemed good. That was cool to hear.
That it was going good.
Yeah, that
I
she
agree.
seems like she's good with it. She's ready for it. She wants it to happen. Whatever. So they have this conversation, Tyler and Caitlyn, and she says, so do you want to just drive over with me to the, whatever it was, to the house or whatever? And he was like, yeah, I can do that. She goes, wait, I should rephrase that. She said, my therapist told me I need to stop asking you what you want and say, like, I would prefer if you drove with me. Like, can you do that? Mm-hmm. And what did you think about that?
Well, I thought it was great that she was taking what her therapist was saying and using it, But, yeah, it should be, instead of always, like, asking him.
Because he's not a mind reader.
Exactly.
If you say, I really want you to do this.
Exactly, because if you give somebody the choice and they really don't want to, then they have the option to say no.
Yeah.
But if you're saying, this is what I need you to do, rather than will you.
Yep.
Yeah. Big difference, just that little bit.
It is. And so right there I was good. I was like, oh, this is great. So then they have this conversation about how the house isn't ready yet. At this point, I really didn't know what was going on with the house. Like, they're talking about a dishwasher. I'm like, dude, move in.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know. I think I heard something about, like, staining the floors or something, or something like that. So he really couldn't. But she says, well, maybe you're gonna need to let me move in a week early. He's like, and what if I don't want to? She's like, why do you have to get so defensive and mad? And I mean, what did you think of that conversation, that situation?
Of course, I always feel bad for the underdog.
I know.
I know he needs this, but he's so blunt, about it. Feels so hurtful. But I do understand, I just have to remember back when I was like, wow, this guy needs a break.
My thing is, I feel like I have so many things going on in my head in this situation. My thing is, you told her you wanted the separation. She accepted it. She talked to her therapist about it. She's feeling good about it. She's good with it. And she's saying, let's do this, right? Mm-hmm. Why are you dragging her along? Get a hotel, start the 30 days, and then move into the damn house. You can't just, like, this weird, like, coexisting, like, we're gonna go on a break kind of thing. That's not fair. And the fact that he does get defensive about it is really ridiculous. But it is ridiculous that she's saying, maybe you're going to need to let me move in. Like, maybe you're going to need to shorten it. No, you can't do that. You're either going to fully support him or not.
Yeah, I think that what's happening is that she's pregnant and she just wants to get this over with.
Yeah.
It's not, she just thinks he needs time. That there's nothing that's, like she said last week, can't change in a month. She just wants that time of a month to be over with and come back. So now that she probably had a date set in her head that I was going to be moving in, we're going to get back together, but now that the house is bad or whatever, it's going to go back a week, my date still stands, she's probably thinking.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
No. But it is hard with the like that is, she's getting so pregnant. She's like, I'm going to want you to be there for me, so it is a really tough situation, but we kind of come back to that in a little while. But so it kind of jumped around a little bit to Amber. So fans are being so negative, really bad to Amber on social media when this season was happening. But what I don't understand is I saw the comments that they were saying, but like then she starts talking about how MTV's portraying her wrong. We haven't seen anything. We haven't said or seen anything wrong about Amber's life or anything up until this. It's not that this is wrong, but I'm just saying,
Well, I think what she's saying is, like, they don't see any good stuff. Like, they don't see that I'm funny, she said.
What does she mean, though? We literally saw her, like, conquering her fears, getting in the ring, having these great discussions with Andrew, being such a good mom to the baby, and going to get help when she said she was a little depressed, and she found she had postpartum, and she's talking to Andrew about it, and she sees Leah, and we see her going to having great relationships with Gary and Chris. Like, I don't understand. There's been nothing so far that we've said this whole season about her.
No, we've only said positive stuff.
Exactly. So I'm like, what? But anyway, we know there's trolls out there, so I think the trolls really got to her.
Especially now that she's depressed.
Exactly. But, she does say her relationship with Andrew's different, and they're not very, lovey-dovey as they were. She says there was a night that she was unhappy, and she waited for them to go to bed, him and baby James, because she wanted to kill herself. And then apparently, like, he picked up on it and was like, I'm not going to sleep. Which is, like, I was done when I heard that. It was so, so sad. I'm, like, tearing up now. It's so sad. Just because you can think, like, you have this baby. Like, she's in the house with the baby. And she's still so, so depressed. It's such a real thing that you can have so many things in the world.
Yeah.
And you still don't feel happy. And it's a real thing. And it's so sad. What did you think about that?
Yeah, it was really heartbroken for her that you're in it and you can't get out. There's no way for you to pull yourself out of that. It is heartbreaking, and I was really nervous because if that's something she thinks now, then she's gonna obviously have those thoughts, and someday it might become a reality if she's not, because she's seeing a therapist.
Yeah.
I thought like that maybe just hearing that she would have to go away somewhere. I didn't know you could just keep living your life and have those kind of thoughts. I don't know.
If you thought those things, like, people, like, it's a law that you have to go away?
Well, I don't know about a law, but, like, I don't know if it's saying that you have the feeling of hurt, because I know somebody that had to be whatever, when I was younger. But I don't know if this person had said, I want to hurt somebody else, or if it was, I want to hurt myself. But she had gone to her psychiatrist and told them that, and they let her out. That's it. She had to go and be put away.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Can't be taken lightly.
Yeah, no. Especially, like, with the baby. Having the baby alone, that's scary.
Yeah, and what about, like, if Andrew's not home and she gets this overwhelming feeling that I can't go on, and the baby's in her crib, his crib.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Scary.
But I guess Amber told Gary she's feeling depressed, and Gary said, if people I hate say I hate it means, or like say that they hate her, means that they're watching the show and it's good for her. Like,
yeah.
turned into this like little, I was like,
Yeah.
oh God, Gary, come on. But we go back to Caitlyn because she goes and visits Amber, which is really nice. And shocking, she takes Nova.
I know.
Thank the Lord, because I was like, I was about to write it. I'm like, why the heck does she always just go away and doesn't take the kid? But it was so nice that she took Nova. Really nice. And then they have this whole discussion, and I mean,
yeah, about going away, but Amber said her baby's too small, so she's not going to do that. I'm not sure what she's going to do at this point.
I really don't either. But I mean, Amber said she feels like she's at her lowest. She just says all these just so hard things. She says the person that she is today isn't being noticed on the show, but I just don't agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just that she probably wants more of her having a personality and not just being depressed, and the those people online just got to her.
Yeah. Kate told her obviously to go to rehab, but she said she wasn't ready for that. So then we have this scene with Amber, refusing to film, which is like understandable, but I mean, it was just. And then the producers, they seemed like a little, like, come on, Amber. Like, I don't know. I just didn't really like how they were vibing. Did you?
Yeah, no, I think felt like they were more worried about,
We just gotta get this done. Come on, can you just
well,
film?
their show, like, don't bail on us. We need this. That's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So Amber, we see Caitlyn while Caitlyn's away with Nova. Tyler's supposed to be getting the house ready, and Caitlyn just thinks like, I'm gonna come home and I'm ready for this and it's gonna happen. But obviously that doesn't happen. Tyler goes to lunch with his mom and her boyfriend or something, and they say, did you set boundaries with Caitlyn? And he's like, no, I don't need to do that, which I don't think they need to do either. I think he's right. It's more common sense. Like, it's 30 days. If you don't respect that, like, we're literally gonna have a serious talk. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then he says he had asked her what her problems with him were, and all she said was the picking up the clothes on the floor. And he was so frustrated with that. He's like, I know my head. I know me. Like, there is a million more things that there are. Do you think that there's a million more things? Do you think that she's just trying to not hurt his feelings? Or what do you think?
I think she probably just doesn't want to start a fight and make this 30 days longer, or she just probably wants him to know,
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That's what I think.
I'll take you however you are.
Yeah, there's nothing big enough to tell you that I would need to go through this.
Right.
About.
Yeah.
And he was just so like, the world doesn't bow down to you. You take the opportunity to say your piece or it's over. Like, he is just so like, I don't even know the word right now.
Yeah.
Cruel.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, she comes home. The house is still not done. She's like, I need to take a stand and say something to him. So what did you think about this conversation? Because there was a lot of information in there.
Oh, when she went to tell him that it has to be done?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's so much. What do you want? Where do you want me to start?
So she says, maybe the porch needs to wait. Like, you need to get in there. She wants to get it done so that they can move in and be a family together. He's like, I want my friggin' family. Like, I want to do this. And he's just like, and then she starts spewing like, I'm stressed out. It's stressing me out. I'm putting a lot of stress on the baby. Very true. You're stressing. It's going to stress Nova out, and she's going to start acting up, peeing the bed, doing this, that. And he's just like, yeah, I understand that. Like, in his mind, he was probably thinking, like, there was a million of those same things that I could have said to you about you leaving for however long you went to treatment, but it was still more important for you to go get the help. And this is still, it's more important for me to go and get this help that I need.
Yeah. He definitely was thinking that.
Right?
Yeah.
So I get that. And she's just doesn't understand that he's not in the, this isn't the time for him to be feeling bad for her. But it needs to be like, go get a hotel then.
Right.
Like, you're not going to keep dragging me along. I don't think she should be, like, spewing these, like he said, you're not letting me do this. You're making, like, these excuses. Yeah. But, like, what did he say? Like,
I forget the word.
He's throwing these little things at me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, making me worry about that stuff rather than what I need to get done.
Yeah, making me feel guilty about it. And she should be, I get her side, she should be taking on the role of like, okay, well, you're not going to drag me along. You're either going to do this now or you're not doing it. Like, that's what's happening.
Right.
Not like, you shouldn't do that. You need to do this now because of this.
Yeah, well, she's trying to get him where it's going to matter to him. So bringing Nova in it and, the baby and the stress on her, she's feeling like, well, that's going to matter to him. And then when it doesn't at all.
Well, you want to know, it did, when she brings up the therapist thing again, I'm like, you just really can't do anything on your own? Like, I'm just so sick of hearing about, I don't know if I'm too harsh, but, like, I'm sick of hearing about, like, the therapist. Like, you rely that much? Like, we can't even have, like, a normal conversation? Like, I want to do this. Just shut up and let me do it. Although I don't think he's handling it right. You know what I mean? Kind of.
Yeah, but I think she's bringing in the therapist because, again, it's like, I'm saying this, and it's all right because the professional said I should. So you can't take it out on me. There's somebody else who, you know what I mean, is telling me I should say this stuff. So she just doesn't, she needs that.
It's like like she's cornering him though. Right? No?
I don't feel like she's cornering him. I feel like she has these concerns and like she really wants to get this month over with, and everything she says to him, he's just like, I know. It's like, you don't sound like you even, what was she saying, care?
Yeah, she said, yeah, it sounds like me hurting doesn't even bother you.
Doesn't, he said.
Yeah. And he goes, I'm leaving. Okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah. When she brought up, like, I don't want because he said, you went away to get therapy, and everybody was like, oh, that's great, that's great. Oh, because she
gets upset. Yeah.
And then he says, and I need to do something for myself, and the whole world caves in on me, and out of that, what she comes back with is, I don't want that being thrown in my face. That's not what we were just talking about.
No.
We weren't talking about that. That was just, we were talking about me and everything coming down on me. Me, not you,
Yeah. It's so simple to see, like, from the outside where their conversations just, like, where go.
Of course.
It's crazy. But he leaves mad, and that's it for them.
Yeah.
And the whole episode, and the whole episode, and the whole season, that's where we leave them. So we go to Cheyenne, who she wants to acknowledge Cory's, he's been a father for a year on Halloween. He found out the DNA test. He's Ryder's dad on Halloween, so it's like his Father's Day every year, and it's really cute. So, but anyway, in the beginning of the episode, she wants to acknowledge that there's more to the relationship with Cory. So they go to like this dinner or something or other. He brings flowers, and he's like, you can't be late with flowers.
Yeah.
Like, that was so funny to me.
Yeah, that's cute.
But a year ago, he found out he was a dad. I mean, what did you think about the conversation? Anything to you?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know that she let him know that she had started having feelings. They never showed that on the show. Because I kept saying, when is she going to tell him?
Yeah, because he goes, you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. And she's like, and he goes, last time we talked, you said you started to kind of have feelings for me. And it's kind of like a yield sign for me because I don't know if I'm ready yet. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I didn't really expect him to say that because I really wasn't sure what was going on with him. But when he said that, I thought, oh, wow, that's pretty clear.
Very clear. He's like, you do you. She's like, I am doing me.
Yeah.
So it was really odd. I don't know. It was like, I feel like he should explain more, but I don't.
Well, obviously they have more conversations than we see because.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
So then we have this whole Halloween party and they're celebrating it, and Cheyenne gets really emotional talking about.
Yeah, that was great.
That was so cute. I mean, I started crying when she started crying because it was like, I don't know, what am I like? I don't know, but there's something wrong with me. But, you know, it was really cute. She says, you know, Cory took away so much pain from me, and not just Ryder when he was visiting her, and I don't know, it was really sweet.
Yeah. He was really, you know, why does everybody ask why my family loves him so much? And she had gone through a lot. And then him coming in and being there, being the best father, she said, which is really
and he tears up, and it was really sweet. But then apparently they get to go home together, and she tells her friend in the car they did the nasty, and the friend, you know, she says they're in a relationship, they just don't want to admit it, but they are doing the physical stuff now. So it's like...
Yeah, but I feel like she shouldn't have after the conversation that they had out to dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he just said that, put a yield up to me, and that I'm not
because
ready for
you
that.
told me that you liked me.
Right. So now I feel like, are they just doing it and that's going to be their relationship?
That's what she said. She was like, that's my concern, and I don't know.
I know. It's scary.
That's where we leave them.
Right.
I mean, this was such an inconclusive episode for a finale. Yeah. I mean, a lot happened, but it's like I really feel like we should have gotten a sneak peek into something there. And I mean, I'll tell you now, there's no sneak peek into any after show, reunion, nothing. They went right into the next show. There's nothing. They ended it. I mean, I'm sure there will be a reunion. I forget how it works, but yeah. So now we move on to Maci. So this was really cute. I mean, every year, even since Bentley was little, we've seen Maci reach out to Ryan's family and Ryan and whatever girlfriend he had at the time to go trick-or-treating. It's always been a thing. And Taylor says it's like a tradition now. And so Mackenzie comes with little baby Jagger and the new baby. And Jen and Larry go trick-or-treating. And it was really, really sweet. And all the kids, and they go around her nice little neighborhood.
Yeah, that was nice.
Really cute.
They looked adorable in their little Scooby-Doo.
Oh my God, so funny. I loved it. And it was so nice that Mackenzie is so, because she was a hard personality towards Maci, and like there was this weird stuff, like Jen and Larry and like Mackenzie had said stuff about Maci wanting Ryan. That's why she caused all these issues between the family, like weird stuff. Okay. But it's nice to see them in a good place now. But Jen texted Maci that Ryan's getting out of rehab soon. He's finishing the whole 90 days, which is awesome. You know, Maci wants to have a conversation. She says, you know, we're rooting for Ryan. Like, we want to be a support system for him as well. And, you know, for her, in her shoes, like, it's her son's father.
Right.
And she's seen how much it's tearing him up, too.
Yeah. And then Taylor sitting next to her, and he's agreeing, too.
I know.
Like, Yeah, we want him to do good. He's right there by her side.
I know, I cried then. When he, like, held her hand because she was crying, it was just like, oh my God, it was so cute. I mean, then, like, Jen and Larry get, like, super emotional. There's a lot. I'm just telling you, that family holds everything in, and then it randomly comes out. And you're like, whoa, no idea.
Right.
No idea. I mean, Maci says she's proud of him, which was awesome. And then, I mean, Jen just lets out the fact that Ryan feels like an uncle to Bentley, which is so obvious and so
understandable.
Makes a lot of sense. Because she really stepped up and was like doing the pickups and the drop-offs with Bentley and like always there and whatever. And it was nice to hear that Mackenzie said if Ryan doesn't complete the 90 days and she's done, that's it, you know, and so you just crap and leave. But Ryan wants to sit down with Maci and apologize to her, so that would be really nice. He blames Jen, like I was saying, for taking the lead on Bentley and everything, but one thing that will never change, Maci said, was that she loves Jen and Larry, and so that was really sweet. And she started tearing up because she doesn't cry. I know. Like, ever.
Oh, well, I know. In this episode, like, you know, you would think that. But she did tear up.
Yeah. So it was sweet. Anything else? Any more that I missed in that combo?
The fact that, well, I'm not sure if we knew that, because Larry let out that he had said horrible things.
Yeah,
we knew all that.
We did know that. There was a season where Larry and Ryan were not talking.
Okay.
They hated each other, like, and it was definitely because of the drugs. Like, Ryan was like, I forgot what it was, but they got in a lot of arguments, and like it was just bad. And that's a good one to, like, a couple episodes to watch back because they get super emotional and let out a bunch of stuff that happened.
Yeah, I guess that's what they do.
Yeah, they just hide so much. But then we move on to Bristol, which, oh my God, this was the craziest conversation I've ever heard in my life. In my whole entire life. First of all, she goes to a PTSD specialist therapist. And what I didn't know, we learned a ton of information. They got engaged. They met and got engaged within a month, her and Dakota. That's insane. And then she got pregnant, and then she started seeing red flags. So she got cold feet and called off the wedding. And then, right before Sailor was born, they started talking again. And then, like, I just don't even know.
Didn't I hear or I read at one point that she was saying that Sailor wasn't his and that he had to have a paternity test?
She looks just like him.
I know, but I'll have to read more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, she said after that, he would always think that she was going to leave him. He was always worried about it, so he would always want to beat her to it. So he was always moving out all the time. He was always moving out of the house. And it's like, all that I believe. All that I believe. I believe she met him too quick. She got pregnant, she got married, she was going to, she was like getting scared of it all. And then she like snapped herself out of reality to go through with it because of the baby. And then kind of got sucked in it and had another, got pregnant again, and then obviously it all went downhill again. But okay, they meet up. Freaky meeting.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
They both are like robots in the beginning. Like, I'm so glad we're doing this. I'm very glad. She's like, yeah, I'm really glad. This is really good. Okay. So they both just say like, she's like, I really just, I just want to do good, better for each other and for the girls. And he's like, yeah, I really do too. And then like, he goes, so what can I do to make things better or something? And she goes, yeah, no, I want to, give me notes too. So up to that point, we're pretty productive. Right?
Yeah.
and
all
weird.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah. We were at that point. It started off okay.
Yeah. So
Like
then he
they were going to
goes,
go somewhere.
honestly, the best way for you to communicate is to not talk about me.
Yeah, but first, all right, so before that, he says something to her. What was it that he had said, the very first thing you said he said right there? Yeah, I would like to tell me what we would like to do, whatever. So he kind of basically asks a question, and like she always does, she just goes around it.
But she kind of said the same thing to him.
She did, but she also was like, oh, God, because I remember, here's typical Bristol right here, going around it, not answering that question, and just saying, I just want to learn more about you. So she went around him, whatever he said, and because, it's like she has only what she wants to say. And has
it's like
no,
she rehearses it.
Yeah, no listening going on here.
Yeah.
She just, that's what I'm going to say, it's what I want to get out, and she says it. But there's no conversation when it's not going back and forth like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No. I didn't even pick up on that. That was a good little detail because that's so true. So he goes, honestly, the best way for you to communicate is to not talk about me. Not bring me up. Don't put me on your social media. She says, okay, so how can I better understand you?
Mm-hmm. All right, maybe that was the part I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not, have a conversation about what he just said.
Okay. So she should have said, I don't talk about
all right.
you.
I understand that. That's definitely not something to move forward again. I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah. So she goes, so how can I how can I better understand you? He goes, I don't need you to understand me. That ship has sailed.
Exactly.
You should have did that when we were married.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. He said, I don't want to have a friendship with you. You're a co-parent. Mm-hmm. Which that he takes it too far to me. Like that was too far.
Yeah, he did.
I don't want to have a relationship. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have a friendship. You're a co-parent. Everything I've done is in response to you.
Right.
Come on, buddy. Now you're just blame gaming this all on her. He goes, leave me alone. Go be happy. She goes, I've been so happy. I've been the calmest I've ever been.
Oh my gosh, was she sleeping? If she's the calmest she's ever been. She's so calm.
She's so calm this whole time. I've never heard her speak. She's so monotone.
Yeah, but, okay, so in that conversation right there, you saw how he went from okay to quickly up because they edit and they cut and they only take out, must have been a longer conversation, and somewhere in there she frustrated him. But that's not shown. Maybe they didn't think it was important, but something frustrated him for him to go so quickly. I don't want a relationship with you. That's not how it started off. So I'm like, this is so bizarre how he went up. Something happened in there.
You think?
And then she brings up the past. Because he said, I don't want to really. No, it was when you had said earlier.
You should have tried to understand me back in our marriage.
Yeah, something like that. And then she brought up, you shouldn't have stole from me, or you shouldn't steal. Is that when that comes up?
He says, so what would you see as a successful co-parenting?
Okay.
She goes, well, one that doesn't talk to me like this, and the one that wouldn't steal from me. And he's like, oh, now you're gonna bring up the past.
Yeah.
He's like, but obviously you're gonna bring up the past. One that doesn't steal from me. One that doesn't do what you've been doing, because this hasn't been a co-parenting relationship. What can be well, I guess she went from what isn't, and he asked what could be.
Yeah, it's not even that. Why are you bringing up that conversation? This conversation is not supposed to be about that.
Yeah.
We've already dealt with all that. So now you're being vindictive, and you're being with your little smile on your face and calm attitude.
Yeah.
Well,
he smiled first.
Yeah, I know. I think that I feel like he's more, I don't like him, but I feel like he's more level-headed than she is. I think that she's, and he says it's all for the show. You're acting it all. I know there's so much more in that relationship.
I think you're right. I think it's like she's so sneaky and he's so
matter of fact, like,
but he blows up and he gets crazy.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a relationship I know very well. It really does.
Really.
Oh, it's funny. But what really got me was the last sentence. He goes, "You left me. You left me," which is exactly what she was saying that he always freaked out about. Mm-hmm. He was always worried about. He said, "You left me," and then he randomly says, "I pay $2,500 a month for the kids' childcare."
I don't think he was saying childcare. I think he was saying from like her, like she's childcare. I pay $2,500 a month just for childcare, like you're just taking care of my children. I think that's how he said it, because he's not paying $2,500.
How is that a dig, though? I like explain that more.
Well, instead of calling somebody the mother, like that's, you know what I mean? Like you're just babysitting my kids, and I'm paying you $2,500.
It's a good deal.
Right.
But wow, yeah, that was. Yeah, for me, I'd rather not see Bristol's segment ever because there's just too much that I don't know. There's too much fakeness. There's not enough reality there.
Yeah, it's definitely not enough. He is, though.
No, he's not.
How do you say he's not? He's blown up on TV. He says ridiculous things. So he's definitely not rehearsed. He's real. That is who he is. What do you think's not real about him?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
The conversation was so bad. The way how it escalated and how it got, because that's not how they should have been talking to each other.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Why did he meet her?
She thinks just because she's not raising her voice and
Right.
she's talking like this,
Right.
she can say "F you, you little bitch."
Right.
Okay? Like,
Right.
It's like you just because you're talking nicely doesn't mean what you're saying is.
Isn't annoying or aggravating or pissing somebody off.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. Well, that was insane.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
And this whole episode has been like, I don't even know. I just feel like I watched like half of everything.
Yeah, like where did Tyler go? I mean, where did he go?
Where did he go? What else happens the next day after Cory and Cheyenne have sex?
Right.
When's the next time they speak? Are they like on good terms? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
What's going on with Amber?
I know.
Is she mentally okay? Like, there's so much.
Is she off the show?
I know. I mean, this is why they keep you hooked on the show. Because then,
so wrong.
in a couple months, when we find out about, it's returning, we're like, yeah, let's find out what happened,
Yeah.
So much happens. But, Teen Mom 2 is coming up. I mean, I probably should say this for news and gossip or something, but Teen Mom 2 starts January 14th. So we get to see all those girls back again. That's a great, great bunch of fun. Like this too, but it's totally different.
Okay.
But let's do our special segment.
Okay.
What do you think?
I guess oh no is because we left on it. Has to be Dakota and Bristol. That odd conversation where it went nowhere.
Yep.
And they're the exact. Nobody wants to do anything about that. Neither one of them. So I don't like that.
She just says it and he does nothing.
Yeah, I didn't like it. So that's an oh no. Oh yes is that I guess Ryan did the 90 days and he's getting out.
Yeah.
And hopefully gonna stay good. And that he has a lot of support. A lot of people want him to be better.
Yeah.
That matters.
It does, definitely.
Yeah.
My oh yes is Maci's whole conversation with Jen and Larry, but mostly that Taylor was there, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was so awesome that the four of them sat down, and it's like so great because that, Bentley is so important, and all those people know
Yeah.
that. So that my oh no is like Amber admitting she wants to kill herself. I mean, that was just like gut wrenching. I couldn't even believe it. It was so horrible to hear. And I just feel so bad because we see what a great mom she is. You know, she's so good. Wants to do so good, and it's so sad that she's letting these awful people, you know, change her like that. But I have a lot of good news and gossip today. Oh, nice. Yeah. So Mackenzie posted a picture. We know Ryan's home, and she's posted pictures with him. I've said it before. Mackenzie posted a picture of Hudson, her little son, with a different guy, Ryan, and new baby Jagger, and we finally get to see baby Jagger's little face.
Oh, I thought she wasn't going to.
Yeah, but she did. I don't know if she was like waiting or what, but he's just a big blob of babiness. I don't know what else to say. He's really cute. Cory, Ryder, and Cheyenne yesterday flew to Michigan to spend time with his family again, so they're there now. And they cheers last night watching the finale together, so with wine or something. So
they're doing okay.
Maybe doing it. I don't know.
The nasties.
The nasties. Bristol posted a picture of Trip, her, and Dakota with some other people paintballing with Trip's friends and captioned it, "Parents versus kids, most fun ever."
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Good.
I think it was Dakota. Can you really confirm for me?
Okay.
I have the picture here. Zoom in. But, yeah, that was really, really nice to see. Do you think it's him?
Oh, it's definitely him.
Okay, because he gained weight for sure.
Yes, and he looks miserable, but...
I mean, he always
does. Oh, that was good.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, I'm really happy for that.
Yeah, you're really happy for that. Me too. So I never said this last week, which I should have, but Caitlyn does comment on the separation. So she writes a post that says, on December 7th, "Yes, we are having a 30-day reflection time. No, we are not getting a divorce. Yes, I know what I put him and Nova through when I left for treatment. He was amazing and supported me the whole time. I also knew I had to go so I wouldn't commit suicide. I am supporting what he wants now. We love each other and we always will." So.
Yeah, she did have to go away.
She did, yeah. It was hard to watch, but I feel like we did a pretty good job capturing what we thought was good and bad. I mean, I don't think we ever said, like...
Going away was bad. We didn't. No. We were saying when she came back, she could have been different.
Yes.
More appreciative. Acted more appreciative.
Yeah.
But she didn't, so...
I think the only thing that was ever going to wake her up was this. And him leaving or something. But, I mean, as far as I know, I've seen a lot of stuff. They're always together. And they're at the Octagon House, so they are doing good. So now, I don't know how long it'll last, though. That's the thing.
But now she might just, realize that he can get fed up, and she needs to step it up.
Yeah.
And that's, if this 30 days did that, then that's a beautiful thing.
Everyone's replaceable.
Yeah.
Is that inappropriate to say in this show?
Everybody is.
It's true. But, yeah, so that's all the news and gossip. And, of course, I don't have it on the next week because on the next week is Christmas. 1 week from today, people.
Wow. Too fast.
Should we just go and talk about Christmas stuff? No, I'm kidding. But that was a great show. I mean, I have a lot of questions, but I have a lot of answers as well. What did you think of it overall?
I thought it was really great. Sad. It was good.
How'd you like learning about these girls this season on this season of Teen Mom OG?
Good. I'm really good. I'm glad I started watching again, and this made me do that, and I learned a lot, and I know all their names now, and I didn't the first few episodes.
And if we get assigned to do Teen Mom 2 in January, there's 5 more girls you're gonna have to figure out. So,
jeez.
yeah, so thank you all so much for sticking with us through this season and this whole up and down journey with adding these 2 new girls. And it's been such a blast for me and my Mama Lee, and Karina and all the other people that have joined us throughout the season as special guests. So thank you all so much. I had a blast. Where can we find you, Mama Lee?
I'm on Instagram. I was going to practice or listen to you, but I got this. I'm on Instagram. And
You are right now, or when?
I'm on it. I'm not, whatever, you know what I mean. I'm on Instagram and I'm at Lee Fane.
If you're just tuning in and figuring out why this is so hard for her, she has no idea how to, give her handles. But you're learning. You'll get better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's
I'm
good.
Yeah.
So you can find her on Instagram and crap like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can find me on Instagram at Mackenzie Fane as well. So yeah, thank you all so much. And
Yes. Maybe they can stay tuned for what we're going to do next on your Instagram.
So yes, follow us both, and you can stay tuned and find out what shows we'll be doing next here in the East Coast studio of AfterBuzz TV. Thank you all so much for joining us. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check